Consent matters. All right, shower is completed. That's not okay. Oh, I just saw the gnat again. That's not okay, in my opinion. Oh! I will be a plus size influencer who has died. That is crazy. This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Damn, what a real bitch is that?
Hey there, YouTube. Listen to this one more time.
Consent matters. All right, shower is completed. That's not okay. Oh, I just saw the gnat again. That's not okay, in my opinion. Oh! I will be a plus size influencer who has died. That is crazy. This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Damn, what a real bitch is that?
Okie dokie. Hey, everybody. So, here's what we're gonna talk about. Amberlynn Reid. And her drama. Drama with her mama's sister. Okay. Let's get everything set up. Again. You can't even hear her. There we go.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
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 Um, yeah, an extra live that I did not want to do.
Yeah. You didn't have to.
But you know what? No fucks are given in this moment. No fucks are given. So I'm gonna wait till more people are here so we can start this whole shenanigans and hopefully move on. Hopefully move on. Because I'm just like genuinely tell us good news. I ain't got it right now, honey buns. I wish I
Literally.
did. I wish I did.
Literally.
Okay. So I don't know, like press one if you guys know the tea, like that's currently going on with my aunt. Please press one, just so I know I'm not talking into the void.
Why? Why does it
No,
matter?
Ando, I am not. I am not.
Why does it
Okay,
matter if
so a couple
people
people
already know?
know. Yes, JB, my aunt.
Yes.
My aunt.
Her aunt.
Girl, clock the tea. I'm gonna be. I know, window. I know. I'm just like, I'm trying to just live my life over here. I'm like rearranging my living room. Next thing I know, my aunt's like popping off at the seams, which she did this years ago before. Like,
I think that
she's
was
unwell. I'll say that. She's unwell.
I think that was supposed to be like some kind of a subtle jab about her weight, because Amberlynn does say that her aunt is also quote unquote obese, and then she also said like popping off at the seams, which is not a saying.
Um, your aunt has been inserting herself here for years. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's weird for sure.
It's totally weird because I totally made a series of videos saying that my aunt just magically was hating me because of my weight, and then admitted that that wasn't true, but then said, okay, no worries, Ilya. I'm good. How was your Tuesday? I just worked from home today. because I was tired.
I'm just waiting for a little bit more people to come in. Um, okay. So long story short, actually, it is a very long story. I met my aunt in person, like from my remembrance when I was 17, and I was living in California at the time. And I ended up once leaving foster care when I was 18. I ended up moving all the way to Oklahoma to live with her, and I did it because my mom lived with her, and I
She says that like it's totally normal that people who leave foster care just get to move back in with their family and have full connections and be supported. But it's actually pretty rare. Like that's the whole reason you got taken away.
wanted to live with my mom and near my mom. I'm telling you, it was horrible. Like my aunt is impossible to get along with, like 100%. Especially like
If you're living in her house, it's your job to get along with her. That's the thing is Amber thinks that everybody else has to adjust themselves to her and treat her the way that she thinks that she should be treated.
when you get an 18-year-old up in there, like we did not vibe at all, like at all. XL Hoodie, I lived with both. My aunt kicked
Hey,
my mom out,
hibiscus.
and I was on like obviously like I've always stuck up for my mom. So then my aunt kicked me out because I was sticking up for my mom.
You see, that right there is the most telling part to me is that she thinks that she was standing up for her mom and that's why she got kicked out, not she was actually threatening and blackmailing her aunt in an unsafe situation while alluding to knowing that it was not a good marriage. It's very, very sick.
So I we both ended up living with my grandma. So yeah, it was impossible for a lot of different reasons. Long story short, we just did not get along at all. So I'm fucking 34 now. Hi. But since then, it's very on and off again of like talking and dynamics, whatever it may be. Um, but me and her, we were good. We were like bold of you to say she's unwell. She is. We both have the same DNA love.
But so you're unwell. You're admitting then that you do not have a clear mind, you don't have a good perspective on the situation, and as somebody in the younger generation who didn't choose to be in this, like born into this, you have to deal with the consequences. But she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to separate herself or say to them, like, and try to move past whatever she's dealt with. But she says she's gone to therapy, and yet we see that she's still just as toxic as she is.
So I mean, I will literally call myself unwell where it is, where it is. Like I will admit to it. So, you're being so reactive instead of just sitting with this.
Admitting to it is one thing, but then not changing or working on yourself to improve in a way that's tangible, where you don't actively repeat your own cycles, let alone the familial generational trauma that you have, which, I mean, let's be real. She's claimed that her dad was physically and emotionally and all of this kinds of um, abusive, and that's what she witnessed growing up. Yeah, that plays a role in how you form your relationships, Amber, even as much as you deny it. And the fact that you fly off the handle and think that you can block doorways or that you should punch walls or that you should grab onto people and that if there's physical damage to them that it doesn't matter because you didn't mean to do it. That doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're an immature girl who does not want to grow up. You want to act like a child and have everybody cater to you, and then you don't ever want to actually do better for yourself or the people around you.
I'm being reactive because I feel like
That's why your aunt kicked you out.
I'm so tired of people like forming a narrative for me. It's time to like
She's had a lot of Freudian slips. She meant to say negative. She said she doesn't like people forming a negative, and she was going to say negative idea or perspective on her, but now she changes it to
like I'm so tired of people like forming a narrative for me.
a narrative. So she meant exactly what she said. She doesn't like people thinking negatively about her, not just controlling a narrative. Because it's not just about a narrative, it's about how you act on camera, that you film and upload and quote unquote edit. You leave all this stuff in for people to criticize. It's on the internet, and you want to be a sheltered baby and not be criticized.
It's time to like use my voice. For so long I didn't. Yes, I'm
Right.
sorry. That's so true. Um, no, because I was contacted actually. Um, okay. So long story short, it's been very on and again, off again, talking, not talking. But I want to say in 20, let's just say about 4 years ago, maybe even 5 years ago, maybe even, yeah, I would say about 5 years ago, like everything was fine. Like, no, I wasn't watching Jordy's live.
Start a podcast with
She wasn't watching Jordy's live, but she knew that this was all happening within like an hour. It's pretty suspicious.
I literally have a message of someone telling me about this.
Then put the message on. Show your phone with the message. You're so good about putting the shaky phone up to the camera. Do it now.
Um, okay, so it was about, yeah, I would say like 5 years ago. Everything was fine. We've been in each other's lives and there was like no drama. Like I tried very hard to stay away from that. Like I'm just not into the whole family drama thing because it's like I've been with foster care my whole life. Like,
Amber, you're not part of the family drama because you're not part of the family. You were not raised with them. You said you'd only met them when you were a young adult. That means, for all intents and purposes, they're strangers to you. You expecting them to treat you a certain level, even though you don't even know them, is the problem. You expect way too much from people who never even showed up for you when they should have. And that's the other thing is like you need to reconcile yourself through therapy with that because that's the major hurt that I think she feels to this day.
my fucking family. Like that's family's very important. And I know it's like water isn't thicker than blood and blood isn't thicker than water, whatever. But it's like family's family, and I try very hard to like stay out of the drama of it all. So even though my aunt, like literally in 2019, all over the Kiwi farms, like saying things that weren't true, saying things about me that she had no idea what she was talking about, like it was unhinged. Um, hold on, I'm responding to my mom. Um, like just really unhinged things, like genuinely. So then it was like bouncing to, oh my god, I'm about to move to Oklahoma and we can finally like, because we were building a good niece and aunt relationship. So we were finally like, hell yeah, like we're gonna be able to like hang out and like see each other, blah blah. Long story short, before I moved here, it was like 2 months before I moved here. My mom and my aunt, who are sisters, so Mama Lynn and my aunt, I'm just gonna call her Tammy because I feel disgust. Like I used to call her Auntie, but literally she's nothing.
Yeah, see, this is the thing about Amber. When she decides that she doesn't like you or that you've done something that she doesn't like, she will diminish you in any way possible. And then she'll try to do it to anybody who will listen.
To me, she's nothing to me. I have forgiven and for like not forgot, but I have forgiven her too many times, and I'm just like done forgiving people, like literally done. So Mama Lynn and Tammy got in a fight 2 months before I got here. Not a physical fight, but like an argument, and it was a big
What did they argue over? What did they argue over, Amber? Was it you?
enough argument that my mom was genuinely hurt. My mom is also very much the person who forgives everybody all the time.
Oh, you must get it from her. Obviously, you being a doormat, you get it from her, right?
Oh my god, window for real. So it's like my mom is that person. She likes everyone. Do you guys know that Justin Bieber song? My mama don't like you and she likes everyone.
No, I don't. I literally don't know any Justin Bieber songs.
That is my mom. My mom likes everyone. Um, my mom does not even like her own sister. My mom does not like her own sister. Mom, I'm sorry for putting you on blast.
You cannot like your siblings. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you should at least respect them as humans. But Amberlynn, you don't understand because you're an active addict, just like you like to say about your dad, and just like you used to say about your mom. You take advantage of people to get by.
It's time to stick up for you because I know you're not going to do it, Diva, and I'm going to do it for you. So
You're you're where an addict gets to when they have to depend on everybody else for just scraps to pull it together. But you see these massive hordes of money as scraps. That's why anything less than $10 for your memberships is just, uh, I'm giving you such a good deal. It's half off. You still have, I mean, you're getting the same thing, but like, you could be paying me double. So I'm really giving you the deal.
Yeah, my mom and her 2 months before I moved here got into a fight.
Right.
Argument. Sorry, not a
Why?
physical fight, but like an argument
Why? You seem to know that they got into the argument, but do you know why?
with their mouths. And I was like, I'm not gonna get involved. Like, I'm so excited. I get to be around my mom. I'm gonna get to be around my aunt. I'm like pumped, you know. So I was not involved. Me and my aunt were still super excited for me to move here. She was like, I'm gonna come over every day. Like, we were just excited, right? So I ended up coming here, and my aunt did come over the first day I was here. It was even while Feline was still here. So she met Feline, the whole nine. And it
Yay.
was very awkward because my mom was also here, and I could tell they were just like they were still arguing. I was like, oh my god, this is not a thing. But you know what? At least they got together for me. I was hoping they were gonna like
For you.
stop like this whole
They got together for me. It was all about me. Me. Yay. My homecoming. Me.
thing because
Okay,
I was
Amber.
here and we could all just get along and be like a happy family.
Okay.
That's what I was hoping for. But it turns out no. So I saw my aunt that one time. We all ended up going out to eat the next day, and I was like, okay, so maybe they're gonna like forgive each other and they're just gonna move on. Like sisters argue, like it is what it is, right?
How would you know? You didn't grow up with siblings, really. You had that one, but then you were separated because you were misbehaving.
Well, that didn't end up happening. So I moved here the beginning of October. I didn't end up seeing my aunt again until like Thanksgiving.
They're absolutely a rip-off hibiscus. Nobody should have a membership that's $5 or $10 and you don't go anywhere. You don't do anything in your videos. That's something I would pay for somebody who's like constantly putting out videos about like going to theme parks or going to um different restaurants around the country. Things like that I would pay for. Not her sitting on her couch, maybe streaming for 2 hours. Maybe.
So it was almost 2 months later. So I went to her house for Thanksgiving. I saw all my family. It was so good. I saw my cousins. I saw her.
It
Like
was
I was
so
laughing. I was
good.
talking. I was engaged with everyone, and I thought everything was genuinely fine. Like I know it was still kind of weird between my aunt and my mom, and my mom literally was only there for me because it's like I haven't had a Thanksgiving with family since I was a literal child. So my mom was
Maybe you should make a new family or find family by leaving your apartment. And then you can have a Friendsgiving. I bet you she's never had one that wasn't with one of her partners. That's just pathetic. You should be able to do whatever holiday you want to celebrate. You should be able to celebrate it all on your own or alone. It shouldn't be a thing where, oh, I need other people to do it for me. I need other people to gather for me.
doing it for me because I was just like I don't want to be in the
For
middle of
me.
this. Like I love you both, etc., etc. Right?
Lol.
And it's like when I was younger, I was always on my mom's side. I was always in the middle of it. I got kicked out of homes because of it, and I was like, you know what? I just need to be just like a in
Kicked
the
out of homes? How many homes? Because you've only said the one. You said that you got kicked out of your aunt's house because you were quote unquote defending your mom by blackmailing your aunt. What? Like, I know that she hasn't said that yet, but that's what happened. She literally said, what would your husband do? Not what would your husband say, not what would your husband think. What would your husband do if he found out that you cheated on him? Which, you know how I feel about cheating. I've already made it clear. But her aunt, apparently cheated one time, and Amber was threatening the very next day. Like, she knew what she was doing by saying, what would he do? She knew what she was saying.
like in the middle, but like love them both, accept them both, and not be on anyone's side if that makes sense. So Thanksgiving happened in 2023, and I was so happy to be with family, etc., etc. And but it was still just like kind of weird between my mom and my aunt. And I was like, oh my god. So after Thanksgiving, I would message my aunt and I would just say like, how are you feeling? I know you had COVID. Like, how are you doing? She would like respond, but then like stop responding. She would never reach out to me first. Finally, in February of 2024, I sent her a picture of me and her from Thanksgiving, and I was just like, "Love you, miss you," and all she did was heart it, and she never like responded. And I think I took that as a hint. I was like, "Okay, so we're
Just like always, Amber needs everybody to be doting on her. Otherwise, they don't love her. they don't care about her enough. You don't tell me every day that you love me, so you just don't. You must not. It's crazy. And like at the end of the day, that's Amber's insecurity. It's only Amber's insecurity making her think that. Nobody has to tell you that they love you that much every day, especially if they actually showed up for you physically. Like, they let you live in their house as a stranger just out of the kindness of their heart and because you were their niece. And you pushed that tenuous relationship to the breaking point, and that's why you got kicked out.
Doing this thing where
Yep, I know. Amber was the other woman. That's the other thing, is that she's a big hypocrite whenever it comes to things that piss her off. They're almost always things that she has done repeatedly.
we're gonna be mad at Amberlynn because she came from Mama Lynn's
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a homewrecker burrito.
womb. Like my aunt and my mom were having the dramatics. My aunt and my mom were having the beef. My aunt and my mom were going through it. Like it was sisterly argument. Like it had nothing to do with me at all. But somehow my aunt was putting me in the middle of it.
You literally just said you put yourself in the middle defending your mom and got yourself kicked out. Okay, no worries. Have a good time. Later, Ilya.
I wasn't rude to my aunt. I didn't say anything mean to my aunt. I had so much fun with my aunt at Thanksgiving. Like it was so good to see her and my cousins and my family. And I genuinely don't know why she had to like put me in the middle of it. My aunt is
She had to put me in the middle. Oh, thank you, Hibiscus. Ah, thank you. Yeah, she didn't put you in the middle, Amber. You put yourself in the middle every single time that you think that you're important enough to insert yourself into your family politics. You're especially because she's not an actual adult. She doesn't have a job or responsibilities or anything that would require her to step up in role in terms of the hierarchy in her family. Nothing like that. And so she has no reason to feel like she's important enough to assert herself. She's still the guest at the end of the day. The other people all grew up with each other and know each other.
very much that person that's like, you need to be on my side. If not, then like you're outcasted from the family. So I kind of got the hint and I stopped messaging her. And like I said, anytime that we spoke after Thanksgiving of 2023 was because of me. Um, Olivia, but thanks for the super chat. So you got me all you got me all fucked up. Anyway, so long
Aw.
story short, I didn't do anything.
Maybe you shouldn't
But I
have
kind of
just
took the
come
hint.
on right when it was happening. But Erica and Brittany are trash too. That's very true. They put their energy into trolling Amber. Honestly, anybody who actually tries to go IRL or even like digital relationship with Amber, they need help. Like Alexis, still trying to be a clout goblin, doesn't have Amberlynn blocked. Amber unblocked her supposedly so that they could text. Honestly, it's embarrassing.
I was like, okay, if she doesn't want to talk to me, like I can't force her to talk to me. Like at this point, like I don't know what to do. I was starting to feel like shit. Like Easter came along, right? Easter of 2024. She invited the whole family. The only two people she didn't invite was me and my mom because she's
Okay.
in a fight with my mom. Like she's
Maybe she wanted to avoid the possibility that you don't have any way to get to her except your mom. Did you think about that? How else would you get to the party?
in an argument with my mom and she's taking it out on me. She also didn't invite one of her daughters because she's
They all need family therapy and they need individual therapy because clearly they each have issues. And then that's the other thing that Amber sort of brings up but doesn't really directly address is that I believe Aunt Tammie, she has said, Amber has said that Aunt Tammie also had a drug addiction and she got over hers like way before Mama Lynn. But that means that her searching for Mama Lynn on the streets, like she told everybody she did, means that she was literally trying to save her sister from the life that she actually knew firsthand what it meant. And Amber Lynn is so ungrateful that this is how she reacts, that she thinks that she's free to demand as much as she wants whenever. even if she's not willing to put into the effort into the relationship, especially like just the fact that like you don't see any reason to be more responsible, to have any bigger role in your family. You're 34, almost 35. Your family has to be getting older. But like you can't go hang out with your grandma and take care of her even though you have all day because you're not mobile.
Also, I'm gonna do all the family drama. That's not my like thing. But
And
my aunt is
also,
unwell.
Amber, because you're too stupid to realize it, your grandma is the one who's telling Aunt Tammie everything.
Oh, my aunt is unwell. Um, what was the fight about? That's not for me to say. So
Yeah, it's
like it's
just
just been
for
this
her
whole
to allude to that it was important enough that Aunt Tammy would feel some sort of a way about Amber. It makes me think that the fight was about Amber coming to visit or live there, and sh- Tammy being the one to bring up that you know what happened last time, and she has not changed. In fact, Amberlynn is almost double the weight that she was when she was living with them before. Think about that. She's almost double the weight that she was the last time she lived in Oklahoma.
thing, and I'm just like, I literally have nothing to do with this at all. So I didn't hear from my aunt at all. My aunt has no idea who Emily is. My aunt has never heard of Emily. My aunt has I've never
If your aunt watches your videos, she would know who Emily is, especially because Amber goes on to say that my aunt, she's so weird. She watches all my stuff. Even though you used to ask your aunt all the time if she was watching your stuff. So, what is it? Do you want her to watch your stuff? Do you want her to not watch your stuff but ask you about it? Or do you want her to just stay ignorant so you can talk to her at length about yourself?
I have not spoken to my aunt since February 2024. I met Emily June 2024. So please remember that.
Exactly, Hibiscus. Bold of you to assume that Tammy is unwell when you are not well. Exactly. That's the whole thing. The whole perspective that she's coming from is one of injury and then one of assuming that she's right. But then she's so wrong just in the terms of how you're responding to this, one, and two, if it's actually something that hurts you, think about why it hurts you.
Literally the end of June 2024. So I have not seen my aunt. I have not talked to my aunt about Emily. None of my family has met Emily besides my grandma and my mom. Like
So the two people who might have talked to your aunt. Hmm. Hmm. Imagine that. Imagine that it's probably your grandma.
not a thing. So today, I my mom
She
called
really
me.
is stupid. She really must be stupid. Does she think that her grandma's just not saying anything? Like, oh, your niece and your sister, like, they stopped by my house and we talked. Or I met Amber's new girlfriend or whatever. Like, nothing like that, Amber? You think people don't. That's the thing, is she thinks that people don't talk about her when she's not in the room, but then she wants people to talk about her. It's her insecurity.
And she was like, "Do you see what's happening?" And I was like, "What?" Because I'm telling you, I have tried so hard to just like not be on social media the last few days because I was like, I need a fucking break. Like life is rough right now, okay? So my mom's like, "Do you see what your aunt is doing?" When I found out, my jaw was on the ground. I was like, "Mom, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna message her? Do you want me to? Because I might pop off, and I'm a little scared of that right now."
I'm so scared that I'll pop off from my apartment, and then if I want to go and talk to her face to face, I'll have to call you mommy. So just stand by. Just stand by.
So my aunt's been like doing some weird stuff, trying to reach out to Snowflake, and like I don't know, out of literal nowhere.
Weird.
What happened was my aunt literally saw me in distress in my live stream, hyperventilating, anxiety, crying about Emily, literally heartbroken, and my aunt literally sat there and said, "Hmm, how do I make this worse?"
The irony is that Amberlynn did the exact same thing, but with Aunt Tammy's marriage and life. She knows. Amberlynn claims to intimately understand the way that abuse works and the dynamics at play, and yet she claims absolute ignorance about her own aunt who she was living with. Be so for real, Amber. Be so for real. You were the only person pretty much in that house, except for the minors, who wasn't working. And it was like 8 to 11 people in the house. Be so fucking for real. And like the other part of that is that Amberlynn understands that her aunt has reasons. Just like it's not about her being obese, her aunt has reasons that Amber fully understands. She's unwilling to address them.
That's unwell. That's unwell. And I did nothing to this woman. I did nothing to this woman. Again, last time I messaged her.
This woman.
What if I told you this dish was
This woman is what Amber always says about
chefs
like
actually know?
people that she just wants to dismiss, and it's almost always women.
I took the hint. I sent her a picture of her and I, February of 2024, and I said, miss you and love you, and she did not respond. I took the hint.
So, because you sent a photo trying to emotionally appeal to somebody and it didn't work in the way you thought, you feel offended and you project those feelings further onto the person. Got it. And that's why you're a bad partner.
But I messaged her today, and this is what I said. I said, I'm reaching out because I truly don't understand what's going on. Before I actually read this whole message, my mom messaged her too today and was like, what are you doing?
So, why did you message her? If your mom already messaged her, then why are you messaging her?
What are you doing? Because my mom is not a drama. My mom does not do the drama. My mom does not like this. My mom does not deserve
She gets it from her mom. She's just not into the drama, you guys. She's just at the center of it.
this. You guys love Mama Lynn because she deserves to be loved. My mom, no,
I
does
mean,
not.
I would not feel. I don't think that I would say that I love Mama Lynn. I think I respect her from getting clean, but at the same time, I probably have a lot of the same criticisms that Aunt Tammie had of this whole dynamic, because part of it is that she says your mom co-signs what you do, and I just can't do that. Yeah, and she still tries to drag her mom into it. She tries to drag everybody into it. That's the thing, is like, if she feels like she's losing control, she tries to drag everybody in too. And that's why it's always, well, you did this. Well, you did too. Well, I'm not the only one. Well, you. Well, you. It's like arguing with a child.
Need this in her life at all. So my mom messaged her and was like, what is happening? My aunt popped off some wild, like unhinged, like narrative that isn't even real. Like genuinely.
Like what? And that's the other thing, is that this is the thing. She uses minimalist language for herself when she's trying to sound like a victim. I only, I just, I'm only doing this because you made me. And then for everybody else, she uses maximalist language. So it's what she's just saying here.
Off some wild, like unhinged, like narrative that isn't even real. Like genuinely.
She can't even think of the words because she's trying to spit out so many inflammatory words ahead of her brain working. She's just like, it's just whatever the worst thing I can think of. That's what she did.
Like, I'm scared for my aunt. She almost sounds like she's like not fully sober. Like that's the best. That's how it seems to me. Like the things that she is saying is just like no.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it's partly her trying to atone, but at the same time, I think she thinks that giving Amber things that make her happy is also part of being a good parent. And I mean, I feel like, yes, that can be, but Amberlynn doesn't know the meaning of no or moderation. And so she shouldn't be getting treats when that's the case.
The craziest thing I've ever seen. Anyway, so I reached out to her today and I said, I'm reaching out because I truly don't understand what's going on. We have already talked through and forgiven each other for anything that happened years and years ago. Since I've been in Oklahoma, I have done nothing to you, yet you've chosen to ignore me because of an argument you and my mom are both going through, which has
And she doesn't understand how argumentative this phrasing is.
Oklahoma, I have done nothing to you. We have already talked through and forgiven each other for anything that happened.
Yeah, see, she's setting the terms of the conversation as well.
things that she is saying is just like no, the craziest thing I've
I'm
ever.
going to slow this down to normal so that I can actually go over what she's saying. Or actually, I'll do it like this fast and then close captions.
Ever seen. Anyways, so
Anyways,
I reached out
so
to her today and I said, I'm reaching out because I truly don't understand what's going on. We have already talked through and forgiven each other for anything that happened years
yeah, and so like this, we have already talked through and forgiven each other for anything that happened years ago. Amberlynn is already setting the context that anything that she does not agree to, that she claims they didn't, or that they've already talked about, that is being re-brought up, is out of bounds and therefore is not like legitimate because she doesn't think so. We have She's saying we've already forgiven each other, but like at the same time, we as the audience don't know that to be true.
and years ago. Since I've been in Oklahoma, I have done nothing to you.
Okay.
Yet you've chosen to ignore me because of an argument you and my mom are both going through, which
Already, you're making the accusation that the reason she's not talking to you is because of the argument between her and your mom. Do you know that for a fact, or is this an assumption on your part? Have you failed to reach out to her before this point and she thinks that you were not talking to her because of this argument?
has absolutely nothing to do with me at all. I went to Thanksgiving a couple years ago and thought everything was fine, but to my surprise, you have decided to outcast me, and because of the issues you and my mom are dealing with. I'm not the type to take sides. This is petty. We only live
Again, you're accusing her of creating you as an outcast, but you don't understand your own role in this family. You are an outcast because your mom failed to introduce you when you were a child to these people. You are a stranger. You have to work your way up to being family to them. Like, I don't understand why this is so difficult for her, especially when she was in foster care, when all of her siblings are adopted out. I don't understand why it's so difficult for her. And then I'm not the type to take sides. Amber, you just said at the beginning of the stream that you got kicked out for taking a side and quote unquote defending your mom. The only way that quote unquote defending your mom would get you kicked out is by saying some wild shit like, what would your husband do if I, not even if I told him, but if he found out? And how would he find out, Amber?
once, and family
Also, this is petty. Is it, or is she saying to your mom that this is a bad decision that's life altering for both of you and that you only live once? Is ironic that you're saying that, Miss I'm bored ennui.
drama is not something I ever want to engage in. Now you're going online making negative comments about me, my mom, and my ex. You've seen how much I've been struggling lately via my live streams. You've seen the pain I'm in because my aunt
Also, I hate this shit where she tells you what you've seen or what you know. Don't tell me shit about my perception. Like, my perception is my perception, and I will assert that to you. Don't tell me.
Now you're going online making negative comments about me, my mom, and my ex. You've seen how much I've been struggling lately via my live streams. You've seen the pain I'm in because my aunt, like, she's known for watching every single thing I post online, which is already really
But she's surprised that her aunt knows anything about Emily. But she watches everything that you make. Make it make sense, Amber.
weird. You've seen the pain I'm in, even breaking down in front of thousands of people. I was crying and hyperventilating.
You cry as a mechanism of like just existence. You cannot get through a stressful event without crying. You've said that that is your natural reaction, is that you kind of just have a breakdown. You kind of just lose yourself in the moment, and you claim that it's panic attacks, but it's really just your own immaturity. It's your own inability to handle the stress and to deal with it in a way where you have these coping mechanisms or that you can think through logically. Like, if she was in a fire and there was nobody else around, she would be fucked. Even if she was mobile, if she still had her brain the way that it works now, she would be fucked.
Truly heartbroken over everything that has been going on, and instead of offering kindness, you've decided to make it worse. You quite literally saw me hurting and said, you know what? Let's make it worse.
You quite literally saw me? And this is the part where it's like you're once again losing track of the whole storyline that you're a part of, that you've made yourself a part of, that you you also tried to make a situation worse, one that actually had financial and physical consequences as well as long-term social ones. But you think that somebody should be willing to just overlook all that so that you can be happy.
That is the most unhinged thing I've ever seen. I don't know what you gain from this, but it's hurtful, it's unnecessary, and it says far more about you than it does about me. That is
If you don't know what she's gaining from it, you can't say that she's getting any more out of it or that it says something about her than it does. Sorry, that it says something more about her than it does about you. If you cannot even qualify and quantify the situation, you're lost, Amber. You're the one who's clueless.
wrong, and I deserve better from someone I call my aunt. Her response was, funny how you reach out now, but not for the last 2 years. Goodbye, Amber.
With a splash of
I mean, she's not wrong. It's exactly what I said. You want to act like it's this big, intimate family, but then at the same time, you cannot be bothered to maintain the relationship because you have no means of doing so. If your mom isn't willing to drive you over to your aunt's place to say hi or to hang out for the Saturday or Sunday that you have off, because you always have it off, if that doesn't happen, you're not going. Everybody knows that. So why would they invite you?
I responded and said, I did reach out. You didn't respond. Since Thanksgiving of 2023, every time we spoke, it was because I messaged you first. Then you stopped responding altogether in February 2024. What was I to do with that? I can take a hint. Of course, I'll reach out to a family member of mine who is back.
I can take a hint. The hearting of a photo of them. That was the hint that she didn't want to talk to you. Yeah. Not, oh, you sent her something and she didn't interact at all. Amber. And also, your aunt had a full house. She has kids and she has grandkids. And she also works and she's trying to stay sober. So, Amberlynn, what are you doing with your life again? What are you so busy doing?
Me online out of absolutely nowhere after they seen me in distress. Like, duh.
You're always in distress. You're literally that person who's always got something going on. Because, yes, I want to change this. Uh, but you're the person who always has something going on. And because of that, it's taxing for everybody else to be around you. Emotionally, they have to carry the baggage that you leave around. Otherwise, they would be tripping all over it.
Like, my aunt is unhinged. Um, like, it's I don't know. But long story short, like, I've seen her,
You're too fast. I forgot I had it set to 1.3. There we go.
3 times since I've been in Oklahoma, and it was all in 2023. So if you guys are wanting to get tea from her, like, you're not going to get any because I have not seen her. I do not speak to her. Last time I spoke to her was February 2024. So any sort of tea that you're receiving from her,
Amber, I've already said it. You're too dumb to realize. And it's really like she just cannot think how her aunt would possibly know this stuff. How could she? How could she? I don't tell her. She watches your uh videos, like you said, and she talks to her mom still. That's how, Amber. That's how.
is all fabricated, untrue, because, like, genuinely we don't talk. I have not spoken to her. She knows nothing about me. Genuinely, she treated me as if I didn't exist, all because I came from my mom's womb, because they're the ones.
Wom. Her wom. I don't think so, Amber. I don't think so. And the way that she says it is so weird too. She's like Amber likes to forget the things that she says and act like she's a victim, even though she's the one who says that stuff that makes people dislike her.
An argument. So, yeah, I just had to get that out because I genuinely just think it's like the weirdest thing what's happening right now, and I'm like, what is actually happening? Oh my god, it is like so weird to me, and it's like I purposely, I purposely did not speak about her. Like when people are like, how come you don't see like talk about Aunt Tammie or how come Aunt Tammie, Aunt Tammie, Aunt Tammie? I purposely did not respond to her because like
I think it was because the last time you did, you said, yeah, I lied. My Aunt Tammie, she totally doesn't hate me because I'm obese. In fact, I already knew that, and I came on saying that because it was just easier. It was just easier for me.
or respond about her because like I respect people's privacy. I your aunt is spilling about it all. Your aunt is spilling about it all out on you. Huh?
Spilling that hot tea on her just like Amber spilled the ramen noodles.
Where at? We could do a live reaction. Y'all, but I do have to like cut it short just a little bit. Because I am busy tonight.
Really? Because it says that you streamed for another 2.5 hours.
But um anyone can tell me where? On the phone? On Jordy's live. Oh dear Heavenly Father.
Your favorite.
Okay.
You love
We could do a
Jordy.
response. I don't mind that. Okay.
He reminds you of one of your old gay best friends, remember? Remember?
I'm gonna have to so you guys can hear.
She was supposed to be gone 2 weeks.
Oh,
My mom kicked her out, and then we can just.
hear. Okay.
I mean, I could just like do it on speaker on my phone. And hold it
Oh,
up
I've not heard his voice in so long.
So,
Woo!
I mean, I
Right.
could just like do it on speaker on my phone. And hold it up.
Jesus Christ. The audio is fucked.
I've not heard his voice in so long. If this is gonna be about drama from when I was like a teenager or my early 20s, like I'm gonna be so bored. It's gonna make like it's gonna exhaust me because I'm literally gonna
I'm gonna be so bored, it'll literally be printed on my shirt.
be in 5 years. I'm gonna be 40. So we have to figure
In 5 years, you might not be alive.
out like what actually matters. So let's see.
It's Terra time.
Okay.
Instagram.
But unlike Jordy, I have plans. I have things that I have to do tonight. So I don't know how long I can do this.
Right.
Guys, this is just so hectic.
She's really. Honestly, she and Rosie are really starting to overlap. Just this whole look, the face, their expressions, the lack of eyebrows. Honestly, they really remind me of each other.
I have things that I have to do tonight. So I don't know how long I can do this.
Guys, this is just so hectic.
And also, I think it's just the way that they're so dismissive, but then have nothing going on. Like, Rosie literally. Do I even need to mention Jeff?
You know?
And it's always funny that Jordy gives people a platform that's like so against me, like Brit.
It's
Erica,
so
my own
funny.
blood. But yet that one time
It's so funny that Jordy doesn't want to give me a platform, even though my platform is technically bigger than his. It's almost like I think that some people who followed me actually don't exist.
I wanted to like call him. He was like, I'm so scared of what she's gonna say. Yet I've been
Right,
a YouTuber for
Amber.
13 years. You just don't want to platform the right people. You want to platform the people that are
So why would he give you a platform?
like against me. And you're like, oh, your eyes scare me, like genuinely. Okay.
Use the phone. A millennial.
I mean, me too, Tegan. I'm making money. I'm going to the bank.
Her.
Ew. Ew. Amber, the fact that you think that you should monetize your family drama and that you're not part of the issue, that's kind of the whole point.
Or doesn't watch reaction channels.
Oh my god.
Me,
His
since-
voice is so drowning.
His
if my-
what? His voice is what?
Oh my god.
Me,
His
since-
voice is so drowning.
Yeah, even closed captions doesn't understand what she said.
Oh my god,
Me,
his
since
voice is so drowning.
If you're going to try and criticize or look down on people, maybe learn English, Amber, or learn any language. You can learn any language and try and shit on people if you can actually speak it. However, your mush brain is incapable because as much as you like to claim that you read, I think that you are reading maybe like teen magazines. Maybe that's why you have no vocabulary above a 12 to 13-year-old.
If my aunt wants to do this, like I have tea too, honey. She forgets like we're from the
Because of
same
the food I
family.
would eat, and for some reason, George.
No, I think it's you that forgets. You're the descendant of her generation, which means that you come from them. That means that your issues rolled down from them, not the other way.
Where does this start?
Hey there, Bree.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I guess I will start off by commenting on the mental.
Press 1 if you guys hear her. Do you guys hear her? Press 1, please.
2.
Oh, crazy things. It's not bingo. Bingo is no, it's too late for bingo.
I don't think she can do high school English hibiscus.
Part that Amber's trying to put to the table right now. Of course, she's going to use that first thing, you know. Nice to hear from
Because, like,
you.
in high school, I was reading stuff like Othello, the I was reading like Grapes of Wrath, and then Nickeled and Dimed, or Nickel and Dimed, and then what else? Like just random stuff like that I'm mentioning. There was Faulkner. Oh, she could not handle Faulkner. And then even like the Glass Menagerie. I don't think she could handle that.
Wow, this is going to be very hard. I guess I will start off by commenting on the mental.
So are you able to pause or
Yeah.
turn off the volume?
How am I going to hear you and talk at the same time?
You can talk to me on Instagram. Like, are you logged into Instagram on your phone?
To be fair, I've never done an Instagram call before.
Guys, that like that's fucked up. That's
What's fucked up?
seeing me. This is very weird.
So just get rid of YouTube and just talk to me on Instagram.
This is very weird. Spencer, yes, this is so weird for a family member to do. Literally out of nowhere, after recently seeing me in distress, she literally.
Yes, it's literally so weird. It's totally not the same thing as me literally coming on to cry about my mommy getting sentenced to prison and then making a series of videos where I said, I'm gonna go and get art supplies so I can write letters to my mommy every day, and then never sending a letter once. Remember that, Amber? Remember?
Really outright said, let's make this worse.
Remember, people donated money so that you could get stuff, so that you could have a wholesome bonding moment with your mom as she was stuck behind bars. But then you decided, oh, I'm starting to make money now. I don't really want to spend it on anybody else except for myself.
I need you guys to look at it from that perspective. She outright said, my niece is in distress. Instead of reaching out to her, even though she's done nothing wrong.
Oh yeah, we read Great Gatsby, but I read Catcher in the Rye and Perks of Being a Wallflower in my advanced reading group in middle school.
Let me make this worse. That's genuinely all you need to hear and see to realize that, like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Thank you for everyone supporting me and seeing that. Thank you.
Thank you for telling me I'm right. Thank you.
Okay, so
I have
obviously
things
she's
I
over
have to
there
do.
trying to say that I'm mentally unstable in this.
You are mentally
You have what things to do, Amber? Do you have to go to your shift?
unstable, love. You are mentally unstable. We're both cut from the same cloth.
Love.
Aren't we all in one way or another?
The difference is I'm not sitting here going online and being, or actually ignoring
You are literally online.
my niece for no reason because I'm in.
You don't have any nieces that have a relationship with you like this. Like, she's never once mentioned having a close relationship with any of her nieces or nephews.
an argument with her mother and then deciding, oh, she's in
And you know she has a lot of them.
distress and she's hurting and heartbroken and having anxiety and hyperventilating and everything, but let's make it worse.
Ooh, Cask of Amontillado. That was such a good one.
Thank you, Quinn, love. Thank you. That's super sweet. I'm sorry too that you guys are having to witness this. I'm so sorry. This is crazy. Like literally,
It's almost like you could click in broadcast. Oh my gosh.
if she's gonna talk about drama from my early 20s or when I was a teenager, like, okay.
Amber acts like she's a different person now, but you're literally worse. All of the issues that were there are worse now. That's why you are the weight that you are. And she said that she knows that. But then it's okay because, well, her aunt is a bad person that she doesn't like.
Oh, weird.
But I am currently
Yeah, it's a wild ending. Also, I think this was in high school. The yellow wallpaper.
I haven't been on any medication for, I don't know, 6-7 years. I did go through 16 years of counseling, but of course, who wouldn't being in my family? That's just being honest.
What?
So I've had my day. I have my diet.
What? Everybody else has done therapy? But I'm the one who claimed that I've done therapy. That's why I'm making this weird turtle face.
My family. That's just being honest.
Let's hear what she
16 years of
said.
counseling, but of course,
Whoa,
wouldn't be
16 years of counseling. I think you should do some family therapy with everybody. Maybe work out some of these issues with a professional.
in my family. That's just being honest.
What?
So I've had my day. I have my diagnoses. I have my labels, but I am mentally sound.
I don't think that
just
anything-
cannot take the lies, the manipulation, the victim.
It's also so crazy to me how much she sounds like Mama Lynn. And that's the thing is like familial voices, like you hear sometimes you'll hear like siblings or parents and their children that sound nothing alike, but like sometimes the voice is so similar. It's crazy. And that's like those two, Mama Lynn and her sister, they sound exactly alike. Like if you were on the phone and you didn't know them any like well at all, then you could easily mix them up. And when I was a kid growing up, they used to like my family, my aunt, my mom's sister used to think it was me or my aunt. She used to mix up me and my mom on the phone before I hit puberty.
The lies and manipulation, the victim. My aunt doesn't know me.
Yeah, my brother and I sound similar.
My aunt is also psycho. Why do we all have psycho aunts? My aunt does not know me. My aunt does not know me. That's the part that's so fucking unhinged. My aunt does not know
Or Amber, she's heard stories about you from your mom and from your grandma. Did you think about that?
me. And the time that we spent together in 2023 in person, I was so sweet and loving and like I was like, hell yeah, like I got
So you were fake. Because that's not how you really are. That's as soon as she got out of Crystal's house, she stopped being that way. Which means that she's only that way when she feels like there's authority over her. You're very telling on yourself, Amber.
my aunt back. She's crazy.
The total, absolute grossness of this feeder era. I just can't.
Feeder era. My aunt is literally saying feeder era.
I mean, you define yourself by your girlfriend eras or by your partner eras, and then you've admitted that, Emily, you came on crying, I found out the truth. So, your aunt, using her brain, combined those two terms and created the feeder era. So yes, Amber, why are you offended? Because you didn't think of it?
This is crazy.
No more. I just can't. And the final straw really has been building up, and I've been saying it. It's coming. It's coming. A person can only hold back so much. You know,
You don't know me. We were fine the last time we spoke. That's the scariest part of this whole thing. That is so sad that you thought you were going
Is that the scariest part? Or is it that you're snapping in reaction? That you are so traumatized and still that hurt little girl, even though you've claimed that you've gotten tons of therapy, how do you think that we're supposed to think you act in private situations with a person that you think they're equal to or that you're better than, like with Beck, how do you think we expect you would speak to them in private? Or how do you think that, like, it this whole situation is bringing to light, like, that we should think about you differently and think about the things that have happened in the past differently. Specifically, like, when Destiny and Amberlynn were living in Florida, somehow the door became damaged on the hinge to the bathroom, and somehow we already know Amberlynn chases after her partners throughout whatever apartment or house they're in, and she blocks the doorways or she barges in because she said, I tried to follow Emily into the bathroom like a fucking, apparently this is a no word now, like a fucking freak. She tried to follow Emily into the bathroom, and that's when she claims that Emily kicked her in the fupa, in her herniated fupa. And that's the other thing, is like, when you're going to get your hernia taken care of. Are you not? You're just going to let it keep getting worse because you're gaining weight? Also, so you tried to follow her into the bathroom in her own house when she tried to leave the room to get away from you. You're a fucking freak. And you think that you're innocent victim Lynn.
To have a good relationship with your aunt Spencer. You have
God
no
damn.
fucking idea. Like, I was so excited.
Shit
Like,
like that pisses me off. Because she made Emily feel like, as much as Emily is a shithead and absolute disgusting person, she made Emily feel unsafe in her own house. How dare you?
I was like, hell yeah. Normally I'm like, fuck, okay, I can see it being my fault, but this is like, makes no sense.
Well, even just the stress of Amberlynn, her popping off. If this is how she acts online, imagine her arguing with her aunt that her mom shouldn't be kicked out when she was younger and less in control of herself. Because, mind you, she has learned to be this in control of herself.
Yeah, Camille, how is this okay? I don't know. I'm genuinely like so confused. I don't think I've been this confused forever. Like, genuinely. And like, my poor mom, holy fuck.
Human at the end of the day. And my sister hold back.
Your poor mom, who you've been texting on this stream. That's who she was messaging on the laptop, was her mom, to tell her and keep her up to date. So she's just as much in this as if she were actively participating herself. Good job, Amber.
You know, I'm human at the end of the day.
I'm human at the end of the day.
My sister
You
and
too.
Amber have done me
No, you're
extremely
not.
wrong over the last
Not
2 years.
not the way that you treat other people. You think that you should be treated like an idol, and everybody else is just the dirt that is pressed underneath your feet so that you don't slip. Like, Amber, you don't understand the world because you actively separate yourself from it. That's why I say that if she actually went out in the world, she would be told no so much. And that's why she does not do it.
My sister and Amber have done me extremely wrong in the last 2 years. Where am I? Where am I?
Amber, I just know that you talk shit about your aunt. Probably to your grandma. You like gossiping. You've been that gossipy bitch this whole time. When you were with Eric and Ricky, you used to constantly gossip with Eric. Because you two were catty, and that's how you are. That's how you think you are the most social. That and when you're drinking. And guess what? Neither is a good look for you.
Where the fuck am I? Twinkie, pinch me, baby. Pinch me. Is this a dream?
Do you know that dogs cannot pinch Amber? She would have to nip you, and then you'd get pissed.
A nightmare?
Because you'd get cellulitis.
I literally just told you guys exactly what it was. I went to her Thanksgiving in 2023. I thought everything was fucking fine with me and her, me and my family, this and that. But
You thought. That's the problem. You have already said that you're incapable of recognizing when people have emotions that do not align with what you think. You just ignore them or exclude them as a momentary thing, and then when it comes back to bite you in the ass, that's when you act surprised. You've said that before.
Besides the fact that my mom and her were fighting.
That's why it's literally why you're always blindsided that you're getting dumped.
You mean? I would message her randomly asking how she's doing, how's COVID, Merry Christmas. Like, what? She would respond like one, it was dry. Like, it didn't matter to her.
So she didn't want to talk to you. Okay? Like, but that's the thing, is Amber's hurt by that. Amber has to follow up on that. Amber builds this resentment about it. And the other thing is, like, she's not quiet about it. She's not quiet about it.
She had all these promises of, oh my God, we're gonna hang out, we're gonna go do this, we're gonna do that. Never once did she want to hang out or do this and do that.
Did you ever drive over to her house or say, hey, auntie, I'm going to come over and pick you up. Let's go out and go shopping. I'll treat you. Did you ever say that? Because you have the means and the time and the opportunity. But you're not mobile because you refuse to lose weight so that you can participate in the world. You want everybody to come to you and do things for you. That doesn't work for people who have actual schedules.
Once I was finally here, and then the last thing I messaged her, February 2024, was a picture of me and her during Thanksgiving. And thank you for the super chat, Jess.
Yeah, the emotional appeal.
What was I saying? Oh, dear Heavenly Father. Oh yeah, 2024. Sending her a picture of us from Thanksgiving, and we looked happy because we were getting to spend Thanksgiving together. And I was like, "Love you, miss you," and she did not respond to it.
Amber, if you keep repeating "Dear Heavenly Father," it will not keep the demon inside you at bay. I'm sorry. Whoever told you that, it doesn't work for you.
That's when I took the hint. What have I done to you in the last 2 years besides not talk to you because you didn't want to talk to me because of my mom? What? This is weird.
So weird.
And I'm just done being silent.
How do you did you want to talk about how you felt that they did you wrong, or did you just want to talk about how you feel about?
Can I show the pic of us? Yes, of course I can. Of course I can.
Yes, of course I can show you the lovely thing that I sent to my aunt. It was totally not emotional blackmail. It was totally genuine and out of the kindness of my heart. Your hands are looking like blimps, and your wrists do not exist.
Yes. Oh, I'm trying to pull it up on here.
Ugh. Like
There we
melted
are.
ice cream.
And I literally said, "Miss you and love you." And
Oh, you guys look so much alike.
she never responded. And that's when I took the hint. And that's what I sent her today.
Let's go back.
And she never responded. And that's when I took the hint. And that's what I sent her.
Miss you and love you. Heart. Okay. So, did you ever make any effort to see her physically? Did you ever go and say, oh, let's go do something? That's why I'm saying she didn't say anything. Amberlynn lets these things fester in her own mind and thinks that people are just grieving her left and right. You didn't honor my feelings that I never told you about. When?
Her today.
Like, honestly, it's not the behavior of somebody who says that they're actually in therapy, have made great progress, and have all their diagnoses in check. That's not something that I expect. I'll go over these, now that I have the timestamp for this, I'll go over these text messages at a later date.
You need to take an acting class. Cass, if you think that knock
Cass, I'm too stupid to think of an insult off the top of my head. You're making me think too hard.
not hard something that you usually communicate with. Yeah, I can see that. But when I sit there and I'm the only one like messaging like how are you? Merry Christmas. Like and you get these like remain silent from what? I have no idea. And you get these like messages back that you could tell this person does not want to communicate with you and then you try to like open up more and you're like showing them like here's a
Why would you open up more? That's the weird thing. That's called overwhelming them. You're a domineering person, and when you don't get your way, you continue to do it. That's what she's telling you. She's telling you, if you don't reciprocate immediately, I'm going to overwhelm you so that you feel guilty about not talking to me. And if you still don't, I'm going to get pissed about it.
photo of us like miss you love you and they can't say miss you or love you back like it's weird energy like it's not black and white there's more variables that go into it so yeah I'm not cooked at all but thank you for the money love it all right let's keep going
Her relationship.
Well, I mean, it's so much to cover, and I just think I would be talking around and around and around. But I guess that's a place we can start. As a lot of people, you guys have been following her a long
so what I'm getting is you don't know how to get the hint Alina that's the point I did get the hint so I stopped
That's the thing is I think that I think Amber takes after her dad way more than she ever takes after her mom. And that's why she has to stress the physical aspects. Oh, I take after my mom in this physical way. Or in I like this behavioral thing that's not an inherent thing. Like going to bingo. Like it's never anything like, oh yeah, my mom and I just like naturally do these things the same way, or it's just something that I don't think about. All those things, like the behaviors that she subconsciously just repeats, are things. A lot of the things are things that she learned in her childhood. Oh, George is her dad. George is Amberlynn's dad. That's why people keep. If you ever heard, if you ever hear like the uncle say George to Amber, she's just say he's literally just calling her dad in shorthand. And honestly, I don't have a problem with it only because we have more and more evidence that Amberlynn does every form of abuse and feels no remorse whatsoever because she'll justify it by saying, "Well, you made me." Because that's all she could say to Emily when she said, "Oh, well, you made me crazy. You made me crazy. You made me act that way. You made me treat you bad." Honestly, I need to slow down so I can actually speak. She just gets me so this stuff gets me so fucking livid and is hard for me to speak straight.
messaging her I was like my aunt wants nothing to do with me even though I didn't do anything to her so
time, just like me. I've seen every single video she's ever put out. I have tried to be a good aunt to Amber for
you never tried to be a good aunt to me love
She lets you live in her house, you stranger. Like that in and of itself, you would have been homeless. You're the one who chose to move to Oklahoma instead of maybe moving to the Bay Area. You could have had opportunities, a lot of them actually, in the Bay Area that you never would have had in Oklahoma. But you wanted to rely on your family connections that weren't really yours to rely on to get by. You didn't want to work, even when everybody else in the household worked. You The whole food stamps thing is going to come up and it's going to be a point of contention that Amberlynn says that she was contributing to the household because she had food stamps, but then we learn it was $200, which that might be enough for a skinny person to live on for like maybe a month if you really stretch it back then, not now. But like um for Amber, that wouldn't have been enough for her. She was already over 300 pounds. And then on top of that, to the notion that she would share that money with the household and that would be such a significant boost to their financial situation that they would be out of any kind of food insecurity, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't jive with the number of people that were living there, or with the fact that Amberlynn wanted to characterize the household as like completely lacking food, and that, oh well, my aunt was so poor that she couldn't even buy food. Like, then your $200 wouldn't feed everybody in the house, especially not with you.
You've never tried to be a good aunt to me. Here I am in the flesh trying to be a good niece.
Right. $200 back then, you could you could do pretty well as a single person with $200 for groceries alone. But then now, 2 weeks, that's probably about right. And not getting processed stuff, just getting like mostly whole ingredients that you can make throughout the week, or even like do food prep. It's still expensive as shit.
For you, and
And then
somehow
sometimes, like, depending on how I'm going, like, sometimes I only eat one meal a day. And if that's the case, it actually works out to being less money for me to just buy that meal as like a to go order from a restaurant, which is terrible. Like, why is it cheaper for a single person to buy every like meal, and it's only one meal a day, but like that's the case, that it's cheaper than going to the grocery store. That's fucking insane.
some way you wanted me to take your side over my mom's when I said I'm not taking anyone's side. Like I made that very clear. I loved you and I love my mom. So it's like, why do I always have to pick someone's side? Like
Well, you don't, but you choose to. You choose whoever you think is most advantageous in the moment.
it's so weird.
The last solid, let's see.
She's saying she's pissed you didn't go to her wedding because you were too big, but went to other places. Yeah, I could not go to her wedding. She's clout chasing, probably. Yeah, I couldn't go to her wedding, and I didn't go to
Amber thinks anybody is clout chasing if they talk. You're clout chasing. You're breathing. That's my air.
other places. Like, do you know how far away Kentucky is from Oklahoma? Like, I
Yeah,
didn't go
it's
to
like when you go, it's like 18 hours, right? But it's actually closer to 14.
other places. I didn't go anywhere.
Aw.
And do you want to know something really fucking crazy? She got
What?
married on my mom's fucking soberversary date. My mom's
Oh, this is the stupidest shit because it really shouldn't matter to you. You weren't there when and this is something that I heard as well. Like Aunt Tammie made the point that you weren't even around when your mom got sober. So why do you fucking care? Like 100% agree. And then that's the other funny part. Her aunt, it was her anniversary 3 or so years before her mom even got sober. Amber, which if you knew your mom or you knew your aunt, you would know that. But of course you didn't. Of course you're just such an arrogant prick that you never think things through before you say them.
soberversary is November 1st. And it's going to be, this year will be 10 years. My aunt got married.
How long have you been sober? From your chosen substance, Amber? How many tokens do you have? How many months does it say?
On my mom's 7th soberversary date. Who does that? Billie Eilish,
Who
Wisconsin.
does
Was a
that?
2-hour drive.
Who?
A 2-hour drive. But it's like, you guys wouldn't believe, like, she likes to take people's joy and like turn it into her own. She likes to take people's pain and make it even worse.
Like when you went to the emergency room with Crystal and then we're talking about how it was affecting you, about how much you were stressed out about it, or how about when you had to go with Destiny because she was having chest pains, and then, or when she was having like I think it was some kind of a period uh pain, and it was really bad, and she still that's the thing, you were in the passenger seat because you just had to go with her, but you cannot drive, so Destiny had to drive herself when she was in pain. But then you made it about you, that you were so worried about her. Remember that, Amber? And then one of the times it was just acid reflux. Not acid reflex. Acid reflux, by the way.
That is like who she is. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I think Mama Lynn might not be done until Amber's done.
Um, you just didn't want to go to the wedding. No, I couldn't go to the wedding. I did want to. Me and Feline were actually going to go.
Feline was not going to go anywhere near your family.
You should thank him for showing you her
Especially
true
not in fucking bumfuck. And I know it's not bumfuck, Oklahoma, but we'll just say that.
colors. Like, thank Jordy for showing my aunt's true colors. Yeah, me and Feline were gonna go to the wedding. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Just like she was going to go to Crystal's sister's wedding. Right.
For 13 years, I've tried everything, leading by example.
And you know what's funny? She's mad that I didn't drive like 10 plus hours to go to her wedding because I literally couldn't at the
You can't drive. You mean ride.
time, especially because it was around the time where I hurt my ankle. Do you guys remember that? I was still healing from that.
Do you guys remember that? That thing that totally happened? The thing that has actually been questioned if it even happened, really? Because it was such a questionable situation and I never followed up on it.
That was a mess. But yet I am, what, 15 minutes away from her now? And she never came to see me.
And it's exactly what I said. She never came to see me. Did you ever go to see her? Did you ever just pop by? Did you ever just invite her out somewhere? No, because you can't. Because you exist purely in your own little bubble, and then people have to come and pick you up and transport you between places.
Nothing. Ever since Thanksgiving. All because her and my mom got in an argument. That's weird. A true family member wouldn't be so pressed about this. The fuck? Exactly. Exactly. Her love is all performative. Exactly. Yes, crazy things.
Amber, your love is performative. Anytime somebody crosses some magical line in your head that you've never expressed, it's the end of the world to you. They've abandoned your love. They don't value you because they didn't respond back more than a heart on a photo. Oh no.
I have so many messages and calls and just telling her I'm not trying to replace your mom. I'm just trying to be your person. You know, I've tried to teach her on how to diet and exercise and make good choices and say
She's tried to teach me how to diet and exercise, even though she's gained all her weight back that she lost when she was doing keto. Like, we're all a
That's why I think the comment she made at the beginning was about her aunt's weight.
flop. Thank you, yo mama. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much.
Not her needing yo mama to justify her.
Yes, XL hoodie. Tammie had an affair.
I thought you were such a good pet parent, Amber. Remember?
Exactly how she met her husband, by cheating on her other husband. Yes, that is correct.
And then you threatened the very next day because you wanted to get your way. Right? Right. So, as much as I have disdain for cheaters and have no room in my life for them, I don't have any room in my life for somebody that would use an abuse situation to their own benefit. Like, you're unredeemable by that point. And the fact that you have just gotten worse and found more and more excuses for your own behaviors, well, it means that I have less and less sympathy for you.
Moving on.
save money, and this is even before she blew up on YouTube. Then she blew up on YouTube, and then she gets this, better than everyone else mentality. She keeps all her girlfriends, every single one I have never met, even though I was the one constant in her life.
You never met them because we're in a completely different state.
Amberlynn, you met Crystal in a different state. You remember all the FaceTime calls you had? So the technology has existed for the entire time that you've been on YouTube. it's existed. You just didn't want to do it. And that's the thing, is that Amberlynn thinks that because in her own mind, because she's formed this closed context that she thinks that these things happened in, that we cannot that we're not allowed to think for ourselves. Like, I can't think, oh, well, that occurred during these years, and FaceTime was already a thing because she had demonstrated it in her own vlogs. So if she really wanted to introduce her girlfriends to her aunt, she could have at any point. She could have had hours long conversations with her aunt, but she didn't. She could have done anything to build a relationship with her aunt that she says that she wanted, but she didn't.
And you did meet Feline the day that Feline dropped me off and you came over here. And everything was literally fine. Like, everything was literally fine. All because you're having an argument with my mom, like, you're taking it out on me. Like, all because you have bed bugs and had to get rid of every single ounce of furniture you have, you're taking it out on me.
It sounds like you know why she got the bed bugs, Amber. All because you got bed bugs. Is that why she stopped talking to your mom and you? Is it, Amber? Because you're the only one from your channel who has had bed bugs multiple times. It's like 2 or 3 times now. And they were always... She always hid the fact that they were bed bugs. She claimed they were fleas. She claimed they were mosquitoes. She claimed it was everything except for bed bugs. Even when people said, those look like bed bug bites.
I didn't give you bed bugs. I didn't do anything to you. I don't know what's happening.
The way she's not looking at the camera and the expression on her face.
Furniture you have, you're
Let's listen. Let's watch it
over
on
here.
mute. I want to see how it comes across. It looks like a mask. Like, you know what I mean? Her expression is, she's making a lot of faces, but it's like no expression. And there's nothing behind the eyes when she's talking about it. Like, she's not remembering. She's not remembering anything she's talking about. She's just saying, well, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But it's like not, it doesn't seem real. Like, she's just saying that she didn't do something just to say it. But it doesn't come off as authentic, even on mute.
Our drama that we have is from my mid-20s lower. Like, I'm genuinely just like, what?
Yes, the feeder era. It's mid-20s and below.
If you didn't have an online presence, you wouldn't care. Probably not. Like, this is crazy. Yes, the bed bugs. Yes, Cass. Yes.
I never got to talk to any of them, of course, so she can keep her narrative straight, right? Yeah. I'm sure she had lots to say about me to each and every one.
Ooh, if the shoe fits, ma'am. If the shoe fits.
But I guarantee you.
That's... I was gonna say that that's a little self-centered of Auntie Lynn, but for Amberlynn to say that makes me think that yes, she does actively talk shit about her aunt. Which is what I was saying before. I think she talks shit in front of her grandma about her aunt, and her grandma says some stuff to her aunt. I really think so.
It wasn't me being the bad guy. I've caught her and posted years and years ago when I was angry before.
She is talking about me in my early 20s. Here she goes. It's like, let's talk about the stuff from like the last 2 years. What did I do?
Now she's talking about that, Amber. But you gotta just homogenize everything because it's your only defense mechanism except for crying, is just to reduce everybody's argument to just the simplest thing. Fat phobia.
To you in the last 2 years, love? Like, what did I do to you in the last 5 years?
Honey.
Just get to that point where enough is enough. I get a lot of messages you could imagine over the years, and it is a lot to deal with. And she thinks it's okay that she...
It's a lot to deal with. Honey, you're engaging. You're engaging in it. You're creating.
Oh, the irony. Let's hear that again.
And she thinks it's okay that she...
It's a lot to deal with. Honey, you're engaging. You're engaging in it. You're creating that for yourself. Like, what do the haters say? Don't touch the poo? Like, you're
what do you think you're doing whenever you talk about the rumors about you, or when you have Q&As about stupid shit that everybody's already talked about, or when you say, well, I'll just talk about my drama because that's the only thing that you guys find interesting about me? Amber, you're not a victim, and this whole thing is proving it. It's proving that you actively understand everything that you're doing because you can recognize it in other people, and that makes it a systematic way that you behave. That makes me more leery towards you, and it makes me think that you're actually much worse in person than I even give you credit for.
You're not only touching the poo, but you're licking it and eating it. Like,
And put all my
You're the poo, Amber. You just said your aunt is eating you. You're disgusting.
sister's business out on there for years with no cost. Now talk about my mom, things people that are in her life now, but she's still bad-mouthing them. She's still running the narrative that she's this
Called
poor
it.
little victim. Amber had more chances than most people do. You know what I mean?
The look on her face says, "Oh, yeah, I know. Hey, Aaron." Yeah, the look on her face says, "Oh, how dare she say that?" Because she knows that it's true. Amberlynn has had more opportunities for not trying than most people get working their asses off. And she knows it. She knows it in her heart, and she knows it in her pea brain. She understands that most people would be unalive or uh deeply, deeply impoverished if they were her and they did not have the success by luck that she has had, or finding a rich girlfriend like Crystal. Because let's be fucking for real, Crystal's family clearly had too much disposable income and not enough thoughts about what to do with it, since they were giving this one grands upon grands a month. And on top of that, allowed her to continue to take resources from the family and think of herself as an extension of them, even after she had no intention of ever seeing them again. Like, be so fucking for real. And then her I just keep going off on all of these things. Her foster family, they bought her plane ticket, extra plane ticket, so that she could go to Oklahoma. Amber, like, you're so ungrateful. Or not Oklahoma, to go to Virginia. You're so ungrateful. And yet, you want to act like this perturbed turd.
Yeah, she came from a drug-addicted, abusive household. Oh my God, toxicity galore. Like worst case scenarios. It is true. The difference is she was rescued from that, you know, put into
Yeah.
foster care. Every foster care house she went into was
Oh, you don't know what I've been through. Amber. And she can say that all she wants. That you don't know what I've been through and what it actually means. Your aunt just said a real truth and you can't handle it. So you're going to cry about it and make us try and feel bad for you. That's her only response. Because realistically, she knows it's true. That if she had stayed with her parents, she would have ended up just like them, or she would be dead. It would have been one of those two choices. Because she doesn't have it in her to save herself. It's clear that she doesn't even, with all of the resources and time and opportunity, she's still not willing to save herself. And if you think that she could without those things, I have a news for you.
better than I had ever dreamed of living in.
I'm sorry, but you know nothing about my foster care experience.
And as I told you, she has to go into, well, you just don't know. You just don't know what I've been through. Well, Amber, she told you a truth that you don't understand what true destitute poverty with no outcome in your favor looks like. You don't understand that. And it's all because you lucked out of it. And the fact your aunt doesn't want you to understand what that is. but you think that you're somehow disadvantaged for it.
And you should not be bringing up my fucking childhood. Like, you're genuinely insane. I did not know you during.
You're genuinely insane. Amber, what she said is real. What she said is what most people think about you, is that you're so clueless because you were rescued from everything. And not just in foster care. I know foster care is not a good system for many kids, but I also know firsthand, I've known foster parents that are so loving and caring and had so many kids go through their house and turn out well and grateful, that guess what? Their kids think of them as the grandkids, or their kids think of them as grandparents. It's not even oh, they're my foster parents. No, those are my parents, even if they were never adopted. Because guess what, Amber? There's a reason that some people choose to be foster parents, and it's not just to make money off of the kids, which is what she likes to say, and wants everybody to assume every corner is a foster parent trying to get a kid so that they can make a quick paycheck. That's not really what it is at the end of the day. And especially when you have social workers who are as invested as hers were. Like, she said her foster care, her social worker used to pay for shit so that she could be accommodated. Like, yeah, Amber, you were taken care of, and then after that, you sought out every relationship to keep doing the same thing. And there's a reason why you're incapable to this day. It's because you chose to engage with that and to tell people, I'm incapable, you need to save me.
During those times.
And it builds resentment for people who never had that, or who have tried to help you along the way, knowing that they'd never had that, because they don't want you to suffer like that. That's the fucking insane thing, is that you think that you're the disadvantaged one, when really people are trying to constantly stop you from killing yourself.
I did not know you. I met you when I was 17. I think you held me as a baby. And that was it. That was it. I didn't even know you existed.
But she knew you existed. She just didn't know where you were, which is partly because of your parents. So if you want to have some resentment, how about you have it towards the right people?
You know what I mean? She had those opportunities, but she squashed them, and she never.
You don't know what I went through in my foster homes. I have shared.
She's talking about after foster care too, Amber. Hello? You didn't have to work when you lived with Casey. You chose to go to school, and then you quit because you moved in with Crystal's family, and they took care of everything and didn't make you do anything. And then, when you moved in with Destiny, you didn't even have a bank account in your own name. You're not an adult. You're not an adult at any situation where you choose to live like this, where you choose to keep yourself disadvantaged while blaming other people.
Bits and pieces of these things.
Never appreciated him. She would talk mad shit, even
'Cause I'm allowed to,
about them
Binks.
to me over the phone while they're in the talk mad shit, even about them to me over the phone while they're in their, huge house and swimming in their pool and feeding her. Never good enough.
Where am I at? I'm in a huge house with a pool getting fed?
Amber, your foster parents built you a room. That's the other thing. She told a story where she was like, I had to sleep on the floor in the kitchen, and they didn't even have a bed for me. They were building her bedroom for her at the time. It's stuff like that. Like, and then she said that she used to go to like famous baseball games with the family, and then they went to Disneyland and stuff like that. This is not stuff that people just do if they don't have money, Amber. Like, especially not for foster kids or kids that are not like technically theirs. That's so much more effort, and yet you think that you were somehow living like, and hey, it might have been a special occasion or something like that, but you still got to go. You still got to do this shit, and nobody ever expected you to pay for it or do anything for it. You didn't have to earn it even. It's just something that happened for you. That's the thing she doesn't understand.
And I'm yelling on the phone. I literally feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I genuinely am so confused.
I
Her playing the
mean,
Trauma Olympics is
not
wild. Yeah.
surprised.
I have 4 aunts. I cannot imagine them doing something like this no matter what I did. Not saying you did anything to deserve this, but oh my gosh, Catherine, it's insane. It is insane.
You know, so this goes
Wow.
way, way, way back, way back. Everyone knows my sister was in prison, right? My sister was in prison for strangling our mom in a drunken rage. She loved to spread that. Never a dime on her books. It was me every single month.
When my mom was in prison, I didn't have much money. I can definitely admit to that.
That's not necessarily true. Amber started making money when her mom was in prison, not too long after she went to prison, actually.
I did not have much money at all. And the fact that she's like throwing that out is crazy. And
But Amber, when your mom got out of prison, you didn't help her get established, did you? You could have bought her an apartment, made sure that she had some place safe and clean to rest her head so she didn't try and go back to the old connections that she already knew. That's one of the biggest things when they get out, is separating them from the elements that got them in the first place. Like, but no, Amber, you never thought about something like that, did you?
and not only that, but when my mom was in prison, like me and my mom did not have a good relationship at all. My mom chose drugs over me yet again. I moved all the way to Oklahoma.
Oh, you bitch. Yeah, your mom chose drugs because she was a drug addict. Way to go. You made a connection. Good job.
To be with her when I was 18 after getting out of foster care. And my mom would leave me home while she, like, I had nothing. I genuinely
She left you home because she was a drug addict and you were not. And you couldn't even drive her to go get her stuff. So, yes, she left you behind because you would be in the way. Sorry. Sorry that you didn't have anything in common with your mom and that she was sick. And you still feel some sort of a way about it.
had nothing. I had nobody. I had nothing. My mom and my grandma would leave me alone to go to the bars, to drink, to do drugs.
Oh, wait. So, whoa, oh, did you just slip up there, Amber? You said your mom and your grandma.
Nothing. My mom and my grandma would leave me alone.
My mom and my grandma. Oop, that's a new element. But I told you guys, did I not tell you that it was generational? That it went back further than just Mama Lynn's generation? I told you that.
To go to the bars, to drink, to do drugs, and I was just left there. As an 18-year-old, I was reliving my
You were an adult. You were 18. You were not reliving your childhood, except that you put yourself into their care. Like, what are you talking about? How are you going to make that on them as an 18-year-old who chose to move there and live with them? Like, are you fucking insane? This is insane. Like, you were 18 years old. Yes, I would say that if you're 18, if you're under 21, you're still kind of a kid. You're transitioning out of being an adolescent and into adulthood. So there's some learning curve, obviously. Amberlynn, you you think that you're a child to this day. That if you feel incapable, somebody has to step in for you. They don't. They don't. You can end up on the street tomorrow by your own hand, and nobody has to step in. They don't.
my childhood all over again. And this is not something that I ever wanted to fucking sit here and talk about, but like, why is she doing this? Like, I'm literally shocked. So, when I was kicked out of Oklahoma, like, me and my mom did not have a good relationship at all. And for my mom,
Why? Because you resented her, saying that You defended her, so she should stick with you. But she chose her drugs, probably, because she was sick.
To be in prison, I was grateful because that means not only was she sober, but like she had a roof over her head. She was no longer
Oh, Amber, you were not grateful in the video. You were resentful and you were angry.
homeless. She was no longer bouncing from man to man. She was no longer doing the drugs and the alcohol and the this and the that. And like, I'm so glad that she's the woman that she is today. And for my aunt to just like,
Your mom is the woman she is today because of your aunt. Not because of you. That's the thing. It's your aunt who saved your mom. She was the one who found her, right? Not you. You weren't even around.
I don't know the words for it, but to make it all like come up again and like the trauma of it all, like it's not okay.
Trigger?
Like it's not okay. It's genuinely not.
Literally.
As someone who had been through the system that is vile, your aunt acted like that was a positive. That shit can be trauma inducing, Spencer. It is. It is. It really is.
And this is what she's relying on. Going through the system can be traumatizing. It can be trauma inducing. Sure. It can be. But you know what would be worse, Amber? If you had stayed. But that's the thing that you don't understand. You literally do not understand that if you stayed, you would be just like your mom and your dad, you would be dead, or you would be in prison. I gave you a third option now. Before I said you didn't have one, those are your three options.
This is crazy. Yeah, this is my mom's sister.
Yeah.
My mom is so hurt and shocked by this. And wait until she hears like what's happening now. My mom is gonna be so hurt.
Yeah. Almost like you literally bring drama that could trigger your mom to relapse. Like your aunt was worried about before. Huh. Huh.
I hate when my mom's fucking hurting. She doesn't deserve any of this fucking drama and stress. Like she doesn't.
She says as she creates more for another 2 hours. You know, she doesn't deserve it. We'll skip. Oh, let's skip forward. She looks happy.
I do have things to do. I am on a time constraint. I have a little bit
She
of time.
doesn't really look upset.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be on here for an hour, but I didn't know I was gonna be doing a reaction channel. Well, it was better because I had my AirPods. What about now? I know, but you guys won't be able to hear her if I have my AirPods on.
I know.
Is it even better now? No,
Can
not
you hear
me.
me now?
No. Don't break the sound barrier. Okay.
And Rick and what is it? Ricky and Eric come to visit. Me and my husband travel a lot with his job, so we're out of town. No warning whatsoever. She sends me a text. Hey, Eric and Ricky's in town. You want to meet them? I tell her, I'm sorry, I'm out of town. I want you back till Sunday. Oh, they'll be gone by then. Last I heard from her.
That's not the last you heard from me. I showed you guys the last you.
Amber, sending a picture is not sending a message. Saying you miss her and sending the picture at the same time is one message. It doesn't count as two. Shut the fuck up.
Heard was when I did my one last final attempt at a relationship with my aunt, and I sent her a picture of us from Thanksgiving, and I said, I love and I miss you.
She means the last that she heard from you of substance.
And I did not get a response back. So.
Woe is you.
You're containing yourself so well right now, despite all the crazy stuff going on. Very proud
Not
of you.
really.
Thank you, Haley. I appreciate that. I'm sorry
Not
this is
really.
happening. No one deserves it. Your own family is treating you like this. Yeah. Yeah. I do look awful because I'm depressed. I'm genuinely depressed that my aunt is doing this to me.
I'm genuinely depressed, so I'm filming myself for money. Yeah. Give me money. Yeah.
No. So
As you can see, I'm very upset, and I could go on and on and on and on because this has been building up for a long time. So some people may think I'm like crazy right now, but I really am not. I'm just at the fucking end. It's just that's where I'm at. I'm just tired.
Right. And
I
I mean,
deserve a
if you're
lot
not
better.
talking to her, if you're not talking to her and you're not talking to your sister, and I mean, there's no really way to get through to them. And
There's nothing to get through, Jordy. You are so unhinged and off the rocker yourself. Like, you just want to paint anyone.
Yeah, Jordy, why don't you focus on playing your World of Warcraft instead of trying to talk to people? Like, I'm a people person. I'm a people person. My name is Amberlynn Reid. Have you met me? I'm like, I come alive at parties. I know people. You don't know people.
Like, who dislikes me as like an angel, and people who love and like me as like the worst ever. That's just how you are. That's how you operate your channel. And by the way, I've heard wind that you think that I'm the one striking your channel. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. It literally shows you who did it. I did not strike your stupid channel, okay? I did
It doesn't always show you if it's not like a certain kind of strike, just to be clear.
strike bottles though, and I will continue if they don't learn their fucking editing better, because you're not just gonna take my video and chop it up into small little pieces and create content. That's not the way it works. That's
I mean, technically that is transformative. That's kind of a collage art, if you will.
not fair use. Nice try.
it doesn't really seem like.
It's lies after lies. Oh my god.
But it doesn't seem like
Where's the lies after lies? Where's the lies after lies? Where's the lies after lies? What have I lied about? What have I lied about? You haven't named one thing. What have I lied about? Tell me
Sorry, the audio is like weird and crackly. That's on her end.
what I've lied about.
Amber's interested in having a relationship with you, unfortunately.
No, she used me. She just used me for what.
I didn't use you. You didn't give me anything. You
She gave you a fucking place to live, you ungrateful cunt.
have not given me anything. You had nothing
Jesus
to offer in
Christ.
my life at all. So what did I use you for?
A place to live. And then you thought you were entitled to bully her into giving your mom a place to live after your mom violated her trust. So that's what you did. That's what you did. And that's why you're starting back from scratch with her. And every time you burn that bridge, it's even harder for you to build.
Like, what? She just said all the stuff you lied about. Were you not listening? Mojo, what did I lie about? She just ranted off on a bunch of different things. What did I lie about? None of that I've lied about. What did I lie about? Can you move the phone a little away from the laptop? Yeah. The diet's the therapy. What? What have I lied about? There's been no lying.
It was convenient.
So she just used you to. And you think the only reason why she initially reached out was to try to get help with her apartment?
No, because we were talking a lot prior to that. The only thing she ever did, it was a virtual tour that I could have gone without. It wasn't like I needed to see it.
So that's the thing, though, is that you wanted it. You didn't need it, but you wanted it. And so she did something extra for you. And so I think when she says virtual walkthrough, the reason she puts it in quotation marks is because what she's saying is that her aunt went to the apartment and did a walkthrough on like FaceTime for her so that she could see physically, okay, that's what that unit looks like. That's all she means. But she is so inarticulate that she couldn't say that. So it sounds vague, like, oh, my aunt went representing me so that the building would let me have it. Something like that. But she's dumb.
It wasn't like a need to see type of thing. It was just like oh, do you want to see the virtual tour? Do you want to go?
Oh, so you would just move into an apartment not even knowing anything about the layout aside from whatever virtual mock-up they have, which is usually not even accurate.
The tour for me. And she was so excited to do it. Oh my god, you guys have no idea. She literally was crying during the virtual tour because she was so excited. Like, are you kidding? I feel like I'm in the actual Twilight Zone right now. I genuinely,
Maybe you
like
are.
scares me.
Well, this God, it just goes on. I mean, literally the last 13 years, tons of texts, tons of arguments, not talking, me catching her in another lie, not talking
Yep.
again, doing the hard love, the tough love.
That sounds exactly like Amber. She goes a while without talking because you've offended her, and then she decides that you're okay to talk to again. And then you do something else that she doesn't like, and she gets offended again.
Trying it again. She'll send me novels. I'm so sorry, Auntie. I can't believe I treated you this way.
Why are we talking about shit that happened in the mid-20s? Bro.
She's talking about your cycle, Amber. Your cycle of having fallouts apologizing, thinking that you've mended your bridges, and then utterly burning it down to the ground again. Because that's just who you are. Because that's why you can't stay in a relationship. Because you always sabotage yourself.
Oh, that was like 11 years ago. Can we move on? Because she decided to have something to hold over you. Spencer, yeah.
I push people away that I love. I know it's me. And then it's the same shit over and
Called
over
it.
and over.
It's just weird because like all the times that we have argued, it's like I can see where I fucked up and like yeah.
So I've only seen snippets of this, like here and there. I have not watched through. So when I say some of this shit, like the what just happened, it's just like Amber's just so too predictable. It's sad that I don't need to know her aunt. I don't need to know her personally, and yet I can pretty much say what's gonna happen. Is your aunt calling out your cycle, and the fact that you are oblivious to it, or if you're not oblivious, you're actively engaging it on purpose. It's one or the other.
Of course I'd apologize for that because if I do something wrong, I'm gonna apologize. That's just how it goes, right?
Sure.
This time I'm like so beyond confused. I'm genuinely
That's the thing, is she thinks that saying the words means that everything is okay. That's why she thinks that her aunt and her were on good terms, because she said sorry. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. That makes it fine. So you can't hold it against me. No. And if you try to, you're a bully.
so beyond confused. Like I didn't do anything wrong. I I have not been more confused. Um
Yeah, she's playing dumb.
I'm mad at her and I rarely agree with you. Thank you, Liz. Yeah, you don't have to like agree with me to know right from wrong. Like you just don't. You bring
I mean, you do have to kind of be confused about right from wrong to agree with Amber in most situations. It's wrong that Aunt Tammie necessarily brought all this to the internet, but at the same time, Amberlynn has kind of established that her family is online. Amberlynn documented her siblings, her parents, her grandma, and Aunt Tammie, and the drama that surrounds all of them. We know more about her family than we should know. That's all because of Amber, not because of Aunt Tammie.
up old stuff all the time. Yeah, because it's my life, love. Like it's my experiences and the way
Hey,
I am
Abe.
the way I am. But I'm just saying, like, in the same way that like I have forgiven my mom for the past and we've moved forward and we have such a great relationship. That's what I thought it was gonna be like with me and my aunt.
You don't have that relationship with your aunt, though. And your aunt doesn't owe you as much as your mom does. Your aunt didn't ruin your childhood, your mom did. So maybe, like I said before, hold the resentment against the right person and try to move forward with that relationship rather than holding it against your aunt because you're mad that she has a point against you, that she actually has real grievances about the things that you've done, the way that you've been with her, that you are not entitled to do. Maybe grow up.
Like she's so lying. She fakes. Virtual tour isn't anything to hold over you. Clearly it is, Spooky. Clearly it is.
Over and over. I mean, but what got me here the other day was the feeder stuff that just recently happened with.
Oh, that's what got you. You saw your niece in distress, hyperventilating, crying on camera, heartbroken, embarrassed, and ashamed, hurt and used. And
Where was the shame? Where was the shame? You literally came on the next day saying that you were talking to Emily, saying that, oh, well, I don't know if we'll get back together. You're really pathetic. And this is after all of that. So she really does say shit and just not remember. She just thinks that everybody else forgets too.
abused. And you say, you know what, let's make it worse. That's crazy behavior.
It's crazy behavior to threaten to tell your aunt's husband that she cheated on him the day before because you want to get your mom a place to stay after she violated the trust that was required to stay there. That's crazy, Amber.
Instead of reaching out to me and being
And
like,
then
you know,
complaining that your mom wasn't fully on your side after you both got kicked out. Crazy work.
What? I haven't talked to you in a long time. I see you're hurting really bad. Are you okay? Do you need like a shoulder? Do you need an ear? Do you need your
How would you be that shoulder? How are you gonna get over to her house?
aunt? Do you need family? Instead, you said, nah, let's make it worse.
Nah.
That's crazy.
With Emily and stuff, I tried to warn my sister when I first heard of her. First, I said that girl is not good for Amber. She's gonna kill your daughter.
You have not spoken to my mom since I've known Emily. You have not
That
spoken
you
to
know
my
of.
mom.
That you know of.
What?
Watch her mom literally have a chat with her sister from like yesterday. That's the thing. Sisters, especially when they get to like middle age, Amber, you'll realize they talk constantly. Even when they didn't used to talk like that before, constantly.
She's gonna feed her till she dies, like she did her wife, right? Oh no, we want
Her wife? Like, literally, you have all the information so fucking twisted. That wasn't her wife, first of all. No, that never fucking happened.
So fucking twisted. She was just her fiance. She wasn't her wife. That's like not even the same thing. It's like totally different. It's like totally not the precursor thing for that. Ugh, why are you so dumb?
Like, genuinely. Like, you are insane. But you know what? She said, let's make this worse. Let's make this worse. Sorry this is happening to you. You don't deserve this. Aunt is wrong for this. Thank you, Jose. I appreciate it.
Oh,
Everything just happens to Amber.
so sweet. She bought this for as she came and visited. Oh, she rented Jeep. Okay. Did you not hear what I just said?
Everybody mocked her for that too.
She likes obese women to the point of.
You're also obese, and you're also married, and you have a girlfriend.
Good for her. You wish you could do that. Like, do you
So
think
that
that
means
you... So I've been clear. I don't deal with anybody who's married. But good for her. If that's her situation and she's worked it out, okay. You can do you, Aunt Tammie. Amberlynn is jealous. Straight up. She's jealous that you're married. First off, first and foremost, that's why she keeps bringing up that you cheated on your ex and that's how you met your current husband. And normally that would be a bad thing. But at the same time, you were being abused. Like, in your first marriage. There's kind of like, is there a balancing act going on here? Because it very well might be. It very well might be that the guy that she cheated with is a fantastic dude, and that was a one-time instance for both of them. And if that's the case, wonderful. But Amberlynn is jealous of that. And then she's also jealous that her aunt has a relationship with her family. That she has her kids, I guess for the most part, and then she has her grandkids, she has her husband, she has her mom, she has everybody that Amberlynn wishes she had in her life.
Is also like obese. So I don't know what to fucking tell you at this point.
Is she 500 pounds?
Like, I'm allowed to be in a,
I
like,
don't
this
think
isn't
so.
about Emily. This isn't about anything. Like, genuinely, this isn't about Emily. It's not about feeders. It's not about, it doesn't matter. But fat people are allowed to be loved too.
Okay, Amber. um, just so you know, fat people, they hook up. Fat people date. Fat people make out. They do all of that stuff. You don't do that stuff because you're stuck in your apartment because of yourself. Because you're such an unbearable human that you can't bear to be around other people because they can't stand you. From the smell to the way that you condescend to people. They don't like you. And that's why you isolate yourself. COVID was the best thing for you to ever happen.
Fat people are allowed to be found attractive too. Fat people are allowed to have sex too. Fat people are allowed to be married too. Period.
Exactly, Hibiscus. Like, at a certain point, there's the disrespect within your marriage, and there's the disrespect from outside of your marriage. And, like, if you're already destroying your marriage from the inside, why would you expect other people to respect it? And at the same time, like, Aunt Tammie had kids. She had young kids. most of the time. She said she was married for 16 years. Amber met her when she was 17. That's the crazy part. Like, what are you trying to get at, Amber? Your aunt was basically telling you that, or telling us that she had been in that situation for at least the entirety of your existence. Who the fuck are you to compare your situation with your voluntary situation with Emily, where your mom was gonna come pick you up at any time that you told her to, just like a middle school date, anytime you wanted, versus somebody who might feel stuck because they have so many kids, so many entanglements with this person because of years of being involved with them, or years of maybe they had a shared addiction. Maybe that's how they even got together. Did you think about that, Amber? Did you?
And all the people saying
Like,
I love Tammie and Tammie was
she is the most privileged, underprivileged person I've ever met. And she comes off as just inhuman.
awesome. Like, genuinely, I don't care.
I think
So
it's Hecticana who said that she comes off like an alien cosplaying as a human. Yeah. Oh my god, the stop or the pause screen. Jesus Christ.
affecting me at all, if anything. You are just giving me more to work with, so thank you.
But
Yeah.
it still wasn't enough. I was the bad one, you know?
Oh my god.
She's
I know.
been
What do you do? What?
here
How can you help?
times.
Yeah. How in that situation? How can you help? Really?
I can't. I can't. But it's so hard to let go when you've been wanting something for decades. And
Yeah.
then it's like right there, the finish line's there. You know, I got married 3 years ago, November 1st, right?
Mhm.
To the love of my life. We've been together
To the person that you cheated on your husband with, yes, correct.
13 years.
On her abusive husband, that you now know that, and you're still saying that. See, that's the thing. It doesn't matter to her that her aunt was being abused. She knows now, and she still has not changed the way that she uses language about her in that situation. That's the problem. Amberlynn is the only victim she recognizes.
So on our 10th anniversary, we get married. Me and Amber was talking at that time, and I put my hand on the Bible and say this. It would have been one of the happiest days of my life if Amber would have came to my wedding.
I couldn't.
I loved her that much. I never gave up on her, no
Wow.
matter how.
Wow. The deadpan. I couldn't. Well, maybe you should have just changed the date, so then I could have. You knew that I hurt myself, so maybe you could have, like, gotten a super morbidly obese wheelchair that's motorized and then just given it to me. And then I might have come. Maybe then.
How many fights we got into, no matter how many times she outright just lied to me. She tried blackmailing me. I mean, the thing she has done is incredible, but I still
I'm trying to think of what I blackmailed her on
trying
because
to
that's
try-
not
Ah, and here we get to. I gave a little spoiler by telling you guys that she blackmailed her because it was so vile and disgusting.
true.
But of course,
Not the
she's too
Bible.
big to travel.
I don't like
She's
Jordy's
this
voice.
critic. I still she tried black.
She really likes condescending and saying, or like commenting on people's voices like Salty Crab and Jordy. That if they bother you, don't watch them. You don't need to comment on it if it's a one-time off video. That's just you being a bitch. Like, honestly.
Blackmailing me. I mean, the thing she has done is incredible, but I still.
I'm trying to
can't
think of what I
forgive her
blackmailed her
for
on because that's
trying
not true.
But of course,
Not the
she's too
Bible.
big to travel.
So, summary dismissal of the accusation that she has blackmailed her aunt. So, just off the top, Amber says, I've never done that. I've never done that. That's her reflex.
I don't like Jordy's
She
voice
couldn't
either.
come. No, couldn't do
You're
it.
doing really good handling
You're rocking back and forth, and you look anxious.
And then
this. Thank
right
you,
after, she
Miriam.
moves to Oklahoma.
Thank
She
you.
goes, visits Emily. She's here. She's
Being because I don't cheat. I haven't cheated since I was 17, and I even regret it since then.
She says this knowing that she was a mistress. You're a Joey bag of donuts. Oh, my bad. You're a homewrecker.
Like that. Like being a teenager is not really an excuse, but that is the last time I cheated.
there. She
Yeah.
couldn't
Right.
come to my wedding. You know, it's just what's convenient.
Being a participant in cheating makes you a cheater too, Amber. It means that you are totally fine with breaking and helping somebody to break a vow that they took. But you would be offended if you were Brittany. That's the problem with you.
For Amber all the time, her narrative.
Doesn't sound like it mattered to her.
Never has, no.
Her wedding did matter to me. Her wedding did matter to me. And it's really sad because it's like, I still cheated. Yeah, when I was 17, I'm fixing to be 35. Calm down. Erica wasn't cheating. I didn't cheat on Erica. No.
You are so dangerous, because you'll say anything.
What was I trying to say? It's like for Christmases and for holidays, I would send her so many gifts. Like, I do have a bad habit, like in the past, especially like gift giving. Like, I would, a lot of gifts, like a lot. And I would send them all in like this huge box. And like, nothing was ever like good enough, it felt like. And
No, that was you projecting your own feelings of insecurity onto the things that you give people, because you feel that you're not enough, so the things that you give them are not enough. That's kind of how you work. We've seen it play out multiple times, and we see whenever you get that confirmation, or at least the confirmation in your own head that that's the case, that's when you start spiraling.
but we did build a good relationship together. But then when I moved here, and because her and my mom were in an argument,
So you built a good digital relationship and then it fell apart in real life, just like all of your other relationships, just like your romantic relationships, right?
all of a sudden it's like, can't talk to Amberlynn, can't invite her to Easter, can't nothing. Like, she wanted nothing to do with me for no reason. Like,
Also, I have an issue with the fact that all of Amber Lynn's evidence is just text messages, because if you were hanging out and seeing your aunt in person, then some of this stuff is not going to be in text messages. It's not going to be stuff that was ever communicated in a way that you can show us. That's the thing. Like, when I think of family communications, I generally don't think about like just in apps and stuff like that. Like, most of the conversations I've ever had across my life with my family has been in person. That's why I'm like, it's so sus that she leaves out so much.
Well, that's really shitty. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. The video that you have on your screen, right, or you did when I was watching, you know, she has that Sprite Zero in front of her.
Uh-huh.
I about fell out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Emily might be the only one she's ever been actually monogamous with, and actually faithful to. But that's the other crazy thing, is that she likes to talk to her next partner and claim that they're just friends, like Crystal and Beck and Destiny. All of them were talking to Amber before she broke up with her prior partner. And she, even though that's the case, she still thinks that Emily looking at corn on Tumblr is cheating. It's because the attention is not going to Amber. It's because she's not the focus. If it were pictures, naked pictures of Amber, oh, she'd be totally fine with it. It's because it's a different person.
On my chair that day. Because y'all want some tea? Here's a little bit of tea for that day. You know, that day, Amber was manic as hell for what, 2 hours? Freaking out, right? Kept saying, oh, I gotta get off. I gotta get off. My mom's coming. My mom's coming. 15 more minutes, you know, 45 minutes later, she's still going on. It lasted for like 2 hours. At the end, you get a little conversation with her and my sister, which is about one of the phoniest conversations I've ever heard. They don't talk like that to each other.
that's exactly how me and my mom talk to each other. And you know what's crazy?
To be fair, when she's talking to her mom, other people people in the community have said it sounds fake, or like or it sounds like it's a conversation they've had already and they're just repeating it for the camera to sound better, as a like a better take. I don't know. maybe it's just that Amberlynn's mom doesn't speak in any way that's other than shallow with Amber. And to be fair, Amberlynn doesn't seem like she can hold a deep conversation, even though one of her main criticisms was like, oh, it's so hard to find a partner these days who can hold a conversation. You cannot hold a conversation, Amber. Name? No, actually, can you bring up a topic about anything outside of yourself, YouTube, or food, or Legos, or a bingo? Anything. Any topic and give a deep dive on it. Like, teach me something that I did not already know. I dare you.
My aunt does not hang out with me and my mom. My aunt does not know how we act together. Yes, my
But
XL hoodie,
your
she watches
grandma does though. Your grandma hangs out with you and your mom, so she would have
every
some
single
kind of understanding of that.
thing
I don't
about me,
know.
down to
It's
the
weird.
last drop. Whatever I post, she watches. But my aunt
But
does
you were
not know how me and my mom
surprised.
talk. Me and my mom are very loving. When we're on the phone together, it's like, okay, I love you, like drive safe. Like that is how we communicate. That is what we do. My aunt would not know that. She doesn't. I have not seen her since 2023.
She said about like when her mom is driving, like stay safe or whatever. Like that's your own fucking thing because you're going to relate it back to how you have insecurity and anxiety over people driving because you've been in accidents and then you don't think that it's safe. Amber, like, everything has to relate back to her.
At all. But then they get off. She gets off that manic, just crazy live. She leaves. She goes to my mother's house and plays a card game with my mom, and her mom's boyfriend. That takes a couple hours. And then after that, they went to a Chinese buffet.
Yeah.
Oh no, she went to a Chinese buffet. Oh shit.
And this is why she's going to die before 40.
Is she drunk or something? She's either drunk or on drugs or whatever. I know she smokes weed nonstop.
Amber, please, please do not try it. There are stoners who are so much smarter than you that you would think that they were college professors. Please do not try this.
I know that. I hate that. That is all that's happening for you. It's just not fair. I really hope you can see that you're better than these people. Just learn.
She's better than these people, but she's actively engaging with everybody at every step because she can't help herself, because she has no self-control, and because she has no idea about how to comport herself in public. Good job, Amber.
Thank you. Big hug to you too, Sana. Thank you so much. Um, she sounds jealous. I don't know. I genuinely don't
She
know.
doesn't
Um,
she doesn't sound jealous at all, actually. She sounds like she's tired. She sounds like she doesn't know what else to do or what would be a more productive way of approaching this, which is kind of just sad. And it makes me think that she or some other people have brought up going to therapy as a group and that it was shut down as an idea. That's honestly what it makes me think.
I, I don't know. Like, I even said in my live stream that I went to a buffet. Like, God forbid, go eat food. Yeah, like we had so much fun.
Hey, Ilya. My earbuds are dying and it's like 1 a.m. here, so I'm probably going to have to end soon. Um, yeah. This is just this is annoying as shit because it's like it's just a feedback loop between her and her fans telling her that she's good and she's right and she actually eats it up like it's fucking food. Like the fact that you are defending going to a Chinese buffet as though, well, I have to eat. You don't have to eat fast food and you don't have to eat buffet food. Oh. Oh. That's sad. But at least you got to see him one more time. Oh, and also, I guess we're like at the end of this anyways. Um, damn, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. Um, I thought I'd only been live for like an hour. Uh, so you had wanted to know about what I mentioned on Sunday. So Sunday I decided I was gonna go to a different Planet Fitness than I always go to. I was gonna go to the one close to the neighborhood that is notoriously cruisy, and I did. It was not cruisy, but it was definitely pretty gay. Um, in the men's locker room, they were playing. It was West Hollywood, dodgeball. um, yeah, and yeah, everyone was gay in the game. And then I watched. I think they're a minor league. They must be minor league. It was the Bananas, I think, versus the Firefighters. So you would enjoy it, Elia. Even if you don't like baseball, you'd like their outfits. Most of them were half dressed, and then like, yeah, you'd like it. Um, but then I went to so after I worked out, I went over to a bar that I've never been into at the neighborhood and had a couple of drinks. I had one. It was like a berry and bourbon. No, it was grapefruit and bourbon drink. It was okay. It basically just tasted like straight up bourbon. And then I had a THC seltzer, which was just, I think it was like a 5 milligram one. Um, so just chill. And then I hooked up with two daddies at the same time who did not know each other. They just both decided that it would be fun to have a three-way. And yeah, it was fun. But it was just like nothing heavy, just some light fun. Uh, not my tail. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that she doesn't understand is that at a certain point you get cut off. At a certain point when you're the one only taking, yeah, people don't want to just keep giving. Yeah, I was a little naughty, but it wasn't so it was just I just ended up giving blowjobs. That's all. But we all made out and stuff. It was fun. But uh I was supposed to see one of them again today, but let me see if he messaged me. No. Whatever. Anyways, that's why I decided to go live. Yeah, hibiscus. It was just like um making out and BJ's. Also, I guess I can mention it here. Um I figured that since Ilya you added me as a mod, then I should he you can be the first person that I'll like if I show my face to, I'll show. I'll just send you like an Instagram message and then surprise you one day. You hate her comebacks because they aren't even good. Yeah, it's just her defensiveness. And it's just she's not creative. So it's just yeah, you are too. So whatever. You married outside your culture, tried to weaponize against me. I wasn't heard. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sometimes cultural stuff is hard to overcome. And sometimes it's not. It just kind of depends on the person, but then also their willingness to understand and meet you where you're at. But yeah, that's all. I think I'll call it here because I think I have 5% left on my earbuds and it's almost 1:15 in the morning and I have to get up and go to the office tomorrow since I worked from home. And I don't like working from home multiple days. This is not fun. So, thank you all for watching. That was a little bit of tea with me and Amberlynn and her aunt. So, if you like this, uh, if you like this live stream, my brain is not working. Leave a like, subscribe, and leave some tea in the comments. And I'll probably do part 2. You you get to hear all of my uhs and ums when I do these live streams. I don't know if I'll do it recorded or if my internet will work tomorrow. If it does, I might go live. I'll give you a heads up though. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh yeah. Oh wait, how far behind is this? Yeah, the firefighters. So it was firefighters versus the bananas. So the bananas, their baseball outfits were all yellow, and the firefighters, they had like black and red. It was really like great color scheming, and the game was really fun to watch too.